That's crazy. I think it comes down to this. Oh my god, Sailor, you monster. Sailor, you beast. Oh, I love this guy. Down, Leon, go. What a terrifying boss. It actually came down to me getting a critical hit. That's crazy. And now he gets the speed. If I would have got that speed in the map... The map didn't end. The map didn't end. I have to do this again. I have to do it all again. Because I can't fight the Demon King. Why didn't the map end? Is it because I added more bosses? Woo! Well. We'll be back. Hello, everybody. It is Deltre, and we are here what is almost certainly, really this time, the final part of Fire Emblem 8's Randomized. And it has been one hell of a journey to get here so far, let me tell you right now. And if you're curious as to how we arrived in this situation right here, it was included in the question and answers video that I posted like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. Now, originally I was going to tack that onto this part, but you guys, oh my god, there were so many more questions than I had actually anticipated. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I thought that maybe it would be like an hour-long video, you know, 45 minutes to an hour at most, but no, oh god, no, not even close. Lots of interesting questions in there. Anything from what my favorite Fire Emblem games, how I would rate them against each other, how to go about maps, to some other stuff that has nothing to do with the game, like what do I think about Mecha's other channel, to the most important question of all perhaps, boxers or briefs, to which my answer is still the same. Boxers, what are you, some kind of sick degenerate? I'm just kidding, of course. It's all in good fun, guys, but stay away from me. Just kidding, but not really. Anyways, so Leon has now gone down to young Sayla. Again, if you want to see how we arrived at this situation, I know that the question and answer video was insanely long. It was never intended to be that long, and I imagine that a lot of people don't have time to sit down and watch all of that. But it's in the first like half an hour or so of that, which will lead us up to this point. And also, if anybody had asked a question, just know that I got to literally everybody, otherwise it would not have been that long. That being said, none of this has anything to do with Fire Emblem 8, so let's go about this. Why is it that Leon here is in his normal form? Isn't he supposed to be, like, demented? I don't know, man. Every time I do anything to this game, it just seems like there's one more glitch to take its place. 1 point of health, thank you, Sayla. And now, at long last, the Demon King himself. Now let's take a look at his stats, and oh my god, those are super high. Those are really, really high. Not quite as bad as the Fire Dragon, though. This guy doesn't do piercing damage at the very least. I imagine that he's just got, like, max health. Like, straight up max health. Famortis, the Demon King. It's weird how they never actually call him this at any point during the story. Yeah, I always thought that was kind of weird. He has this proper name, but everybody just refers to him as the Demon King. What is this skill? Shouldn't he have way more? He only has Summon. That's kind of disappointing. I would have thought that he'd be stacked out with some of the best of the best. If it were me, he'd be stacked out with the best of the best. Fortunately, we have Marissa right here. We also have a plethora of legendary weapons to blast this guy. We're going to go in with Comb first because he's got that aura. Demon King, I'm going to kill you. What a wonderful battle dialogue. I love that. Straight, simple, to the point. And it's very Ephraim, of course. It sounds exactly like what he would say to some legendary beast of days gone by. He doesn't care who you are. So with the Demon Lights, he's gonna take me all the way down to 4 HP. Jesus, man. Jesus. Roll it back a little bit. Yeah, I think we can actually just kill him right here. I think we can go all in for this, guys. I really do. I'm gonna do it, and I still have one more use of the Latona. I seriously hope nobody actually took a shot that every time I said Latona in the previous part. I don't want to be responsible for anybody's death here. That'd be ridiculous. Don't actually do that. Just know that that wasn't supposed to be taken seriously, guys. Now, he had 20 speed, which means, oh yeah, I want to give this to Molder. We're going to give this to Daddy Molder. We're going to end this the exact same way we started this. So I'm going to warp Sayla all the way up here. Sayla should do 800,000 though. He might even get a critical hit and just kill him, which would be a little bit disappointing. Would be a little bit disappointing. Now, of course, the Demon King is always just generally sort of an easy part of the game. He does do some scary things. He can actually summon. But the problem is, of course, that he starts super close to all your guys, and you're stacked out with so many legendary weapons at this point, and he takes super effective damage from all of them. So you'd be really hard-pressed to find yourself in a position where you can't kill him in one turn, you know what I mean? Speaking of which, are we really going to do it? Ooh, that's kind of shaky. I still do have the Latona. I can fall back on that pretty easily. Actually, I'm gonna do the rally resistance from Molder too, because I think he might actually die. I think he might actually die if I don't do that. And he should miss. Is there anything else I can do here? No, we're just gonna do this. Alright, Demon King, let's see what you got. Molder versus the Demon King. Thank God for that Iron Rune, otherwise this guy would probably have 10 plus crit. There's one. Could this be it? I don't know, we're gonna see real soon. I love how huge and powerful the Demon King actually looks. He definitely feels like a scary enemy. Oh, he got it! Get out of here! Goodbye, Demon King. But that also means goodbye, Molder. Goodbye, Marissa. Goodbye, Sayla. Goodbye, Cyrene. Oh, no. That's really it. That's it. It's over, isn't it? Took the words right out of my mouth, Erica. This has been a journey. This has been an absolute journey. Let's get our epilogue. Let's see how everybody actually turned out. Oh, this is all forced? I just want to see the character innings, man, to be perfectly honest. So that does it. Down goes the Demon King. Oh, this is really cool. Yeah, I forgot about these CGs. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. With that, though, our journey finally comes to an end, and this has been quite a ride to get to this point. So many problems, so many glitches, and just... I feel like my game itself is falling apart at the seams, but regardless, I have to say this was a pretty fun experience. It's really obvious how you're not supposed to have all these skills and whatnot playing through Fire Emblem 8. Definitely not a game balanced around that in any sense of the word. In any sense of the word. And even playing through this with the increased growth rates and whatnot, I still feel like this only highlights some of the problems with the gameplay even a little bit further, you know, even with inflated stats and whatnot. Some of these late game maps, oh hey, Inistana, Vanessa and Cyrene, yes. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought, guys. Right, it sort of highlights some of the issues though. And it's not so much to do with the map design, it's just the enemies in the end game tend to be really, really monster heavy and whatnot. You got all these super powerful legendary weapons. Doesn't make it a bad game at all. I love this game. I always will. It's got a special place in my heart, but I can't help but notice. I can't help but notice these things, you know? Especially upon having time to sit down and replay it. Oh, that's cool. Get destroyed. Get destroyed. But regardless of any of that, though, this has been a blast. It's been a blast all the way through, only held back by the fact that every single map... It seemed like every map I had to go through and fix something, or something broke on me, or reinforcements would try to load, for example, and then the map would just freeze, which is definitely, definitely a little bit annoying, a little bit frustrating. But regardless of any of that, I'm definitely glad that we had a chance to sit down and do this playthrough. I don't know who my favorite units throughout this entire thing would be. I guess there's always the really obvious ones, right? For as much crap as I gave Marissa and whatnot. She was ridiculous. She was absolutely absurd through and through. Well, that's not the button I wanted. That's not the button I wanted at all. But then, of course, we had young Cyrene, right? So how can we forget about Cyrene? Came into the prologue, never left. Cyrene might be the best girl, guys. Cyrene might honestly be the best girl. 26 turns on father and son. What the hell happened? Oh, right, I was getting all the treasures and whatnot. What an awful turn count. 230. 230? Seth the Silver Knight. Battles 999. Are you kidding me? Wait, she took 94 L's? She took 94 L's? What? When was that? I don't remember any of this. That doesn't seem right. I know I used Cyrene a buttload. Okay, yeah, this is clearly glitched to hell and back. 741 wins on Amelia. We know that that definitely did not happen. Okay, so I don't know if I should be taking any of this at face value or what. This seems like it's kind of borked. I think the characters are good so far, though, because Amelia was Franz, right? Gilliam the Silent. I don't know, something tells me that maybe Cyrene did actually have 999 battles. She was really good. She was really, really good. I don't know. Who are your guys' favorite units? Like, obviously for me, it's, I think I'm going to give it to Cyrene. I think I'll give it to Cyrene. Overall, my favorite. But Marissa probably gets to be up there just for being so broken. Okay, now look, game. I know I let Cormac die once or twice. I know I did. I can admit that. 192 times, though. Come on now. Come on now. Don't give me that. Sure, the final map was hard, but no, not that hard. Okay, yeah, this is ridiculous. 999 battles for Fado. Okay. That is a little bit disappointing. I was kind of hoping to see exactly, you know, exactly how well everybody did. Especially when it's going to come down to, like, Marissa and Cyrene. Yeah, actually, fun fact, guys. Marissa only ever killed 350 enemies. I only really fought with her 57 times, which, when you do the math, doesn't actually add up. But just trust me, this is accurate. This is accurate. So, Marissa was Ross. Yeah, I feel like she just came so early. She was exactly the right class that she needed to be super broken. She had all the good skills. Now, this is a little bit more realistic. 999 battles for Sayla. I don't know. I feel like this is one of those games that's really short, though, too. It's really short, though, too. So, on doing something like this, you're almost a little bit more, You almost have to use a smaller set of units, but I mean the cast is really small. The cast is really small, especially by Fire Emblem standards, though too. But I don't know. I kind of wish I would have had to I had a better chance to use more of these guys. Some of the monster classes though were really, really bad. Like, wasn't Kyle a Revenant? Poor guy. I'm pretty sure that's what it came down to. And I remember Erica, she was a Bale, so like she wasn't really any better off either. At least Gilliam had 1.5 billion HP. And for some reason kept getting speed, and he had that darting blow ability, so he at least got to do things sometimes. But Erica, man, she got the short end of the stick, did she not? And then Innes, who turned out to be actually pretty sweet. I don't know if you want to see how we got to that point, it's in the Q&A video. But Innes actually, for me, on the second playthrough, did get to S rank in light. And he was super, super clutch, so I gotta hand it to this guy right here. Good guy in his through and through, buffing all my dudes. Really good bishop. Love that guy. Ephraim. Should have used him. Most definitely should have used Ephraim. He would have been a way stronger mage than Vanessa. Without any doubt. But of course, Vanessa. You know, Vanessa's another unit that I have to say was just... She's got to be up there for me because despite having 9 magic by the end of the game, she was one of my best units. I don't know how she pulled that off. I don't know how she managed to do that. I have no idea how she managed to pull that one off. But Vanessa always pulls through for me. Every time I play this game, I kid you not, it does not matter that she has 35% strength growth. It doesn't matter at all. She'll have max strength, I promise. Every single time, without a doubt. And she'll have ridiculous defense too. I don't know why. I think the game has some sort of hidden modifier in the coding, where if it's me playing the game and it's a flyer chick, they'll always be good. That's just what it is. They'll just always be good. Tana, she just never got strength. She just refused to get strength. And she has the highest strength growth out of all the Pegasus Knights. I guess Cyrene, though, technically, if I think about it. But she has good strength growth, damn it. And she should have been really good. She should have been really good. And she had a really interesting skill in Miracle where she just couldn't die from over half of her health. And that was cool. That was cool. I definitely like a lot of the skills that are included in this patch. I find that a lot of them are more consistent or more reliable than skills you would see in like the mainline games, where a lot of them are activation rates, right? Like they're a percentage chance of going off. But I felt like a lot of the ones in this were either command based or passive skills that were always active. And that's something that I really like in the futures. In future games in this series, I would really hope that they would stick to something more like this. So you gotta hand it to the hacking community for this one. A lot of the skills seemed very reliable, And that's something really cool. That's something really cool. 57 battles. Damn. I wish Natasha would have come so much earlier. I wish she would have come so much earlier. Gale Force on a horse? Are you serious? With magical damage on top of that? Are you kidding me? And Natasha's growth rates too, where they're like 60% magic growth? God, that would have been super busted if she would have been there from the word go. Was Ducel actually Cyrene? Yeah, he was, yeah. That's a bit of a shame. And yeah, look at that. We're already done with the character crawls because Cyrene's the last character in the game. Wait, what? Now I'm just super confused. I guess even the game knows that Cyrene's better than Amelia, so she comes first. Following the war, she returned to Grotto. Oh, Amelia. I know this is Tethys, okay? I know this is Tethys, but I almost thought at the beginning of this that Amelia would have been good. Thankfully, we're going to follow that up with somebody who actually was really good. Lute, who... It was a little bit boring that she was a Mage Knight, sure. However, she kicked so much ass that I do not care. I do not care at all. Also, this game gave me a chance to look at her hero's art, and it looks like she's presenting a piece of evidence in a Phoenix Wright game. So automatically 10 out of 10 for that one. Automatic 10 out of 10 for Lute. No, the Watcher of Darkness. I kind of wish we would have gotten a chance to get more tower characters into the mix, though. I know it's pretty random chance as to who's going to be who. We still had Fado, though, so that was a pretty cool addition. And Hayden, I guess. I didn't get a chance to use him. I felt like it was really late in the game, and I didn't want to do grinding or anything like that. I'm not a really big guy who likes to grind, you know what I mean? It's not really my thing. I generally prefer to play these games straight on through if I can. If it's something I can avoid, I generally don't like to do that. I don't know. It's just a personal thing, really. I used to be a real heavy grinder, like spending hours and hours and hours on the creature campaign. I used to know the Swift Souls trick. There's a trick you can do in this game, where if you get into battles in a certain way, in the ruins section of the game, you can always guarantee a drop for a Swift Souls on the first map, and I would do that and get everybody like super jacked up with stab boosters and whatnot, and that was a good time. I don't even remember how to do it anymore, honestly, but that's something you can do if that's your cup of tea. Oslo, the steady axe. So Franz was basically a smite bot, unfortunately, and Renak, not the Laracha replacement, the Mirror replacement. Could you imagine if I would have got Mirror as like a Lord, or like as my Seth, or just like any early pre-promote? My lord, she would have been absolutely disgusting. Her growth rates are absolutely disgusting. I almost kind of wanted to use her just for that, but again, it goes back to that thing where I don't like to grind really. And I feel like you almost would have had to in order to use somebody like her, because her base stats are garbage, man. Her base stats are hot garbage, and if she doesn't have that Dragonstone, it's like, what can she really do, you know what I mean? And of course, Dazla, the man loved by everybody, both men and women alike, get a defensive boost from this beast. It's probably the beard, that's what it is, right? It's gotta be the beard. Oh, Laracha. I don't know why I invested so much into Laracha. I guess it's just because she's gotta be my favorite character. She's just so funny. She is just so funny, man. Her supports are a riot, especially her and Rennek. I really like her and Rennek supports. Her and Joshua is pretty funny too, because she gets like a gambling addiction. It's pretty great. It's pretty good stuff. Seth. Oh, Seth. I've never seen a Fire Emblem 8 playthrough where Seth is so bad. It just doesn't happen. And Noel, the worst thief of all time. No avoid, no strength, no constitution. I don't even remember what your skill was, man. You were just bad. Get out of here, Noel. And he came after the Phantom ship map, so maybe I'm a little bit heated because of that. Yeah, that was a hell of a map. Now, I know I said that a lot of the maps in this game are pretty easy, but there's some standout ones, too. I was talking about this a little bit before, but there's always the Phantom ship to look forward to if you kind of prefer a little bit more difficult of gameplay. There's Father and Son, which is pretty notorious as well, and I can't believe I forgot to mention this one in the Q&A video for this game, but the Last Hope map, right? That map is definitely not an easy time to play through if you're playing through it normally. Now, if you're going to use the warp staff, then it becomes a joke. It becomes a bit of a joke in that case, but if you want to play through it normally, especially in a game like this where I've increased the growth rates. That would have been impossible. That would have been straight up impossible. So I'm sorry if anybody was really expecting me to play that one through normally, but no way, man. No way, man. I don't think that it would have been beatable. I honestly don't think there would have been a map that would have been able to be completed. At least not with the team that I have, without excessive grinding and whatnot. But if you're gonna grind, then like, I don't know. The thing with it is it just feels kind of arbitrary to me, I guess. I guess that's what it really comes down to. But yeah, the Last Hope is definitely another really tricky map for this game. Chapter 20, I feel like that could have been a fun one. Unfortunately, it just didn't want to work. It just didn't want to work. And unfortunately, Erica's route was just not completable for me either. Is that really it? Wow, I think that's going to be it. I always like this little theme here too, though. It's the only time it ever plays in the game, but it's a nice little credits theme at that. Very peaceful. Makes me feel like we really accomplished something here. And with that, Fire Emblem 8, The Sacred Stones Randomized is no more. With all that said, guys, it has been a lot of fun doing this. I really wish that I would have just waited for the self-randomizing ROM instead of trying to do something similar by myself. There was absolutely no way to predict that, though. That's still something that blows my mind. So if anybody does want to do something similar to this, where you're playing through Fire Emblem 8 with skills and whatnot, I definitely recommend you just do that. It's very user-friendly, and on top of that, it has the added bonus of being able to randomize every enemy unit in the game, instead of just bosses, and that is so cool. That's a very, very cool feature that I really enjoy about that randomizer. So, if you want to try something like this, definitely just stick with that. Definitely just stick with that. It's a lot of hassle to it's a lot of hassle to do it the way that I did. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't a good time. Doesn't mean that it wasn't a good time at all. So thank you to everybody that has continued to support this and has watched it since the beginning or joined on at any point in between. Thank you to those of you who have been very patient, because I know there were a lot of problems with getting this one done. And I think that's going to do it for me. So thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to hit that like button, leave a comment, do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. Let me know who your favorite character was. For me, again, I'm going to go ahead and be boring, give it to Cyrene. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. See you then. Peace.